Hello, welcome to episode 83 of the Epic Film Challenge 2, 1001 movies you must see before you die. Continuing horror month, The Fly, 1986, a remake of a film in the 50s, I think. Haven't seen it, don't know anything about it, so we're just going off this version. Directed by David Cronenberg, who we've already covered in the series so far. Connie yawned, ding, there's one.
No! It's a drinking game.
Yeah, Connie yawns a lot during these videos, and you can be the judge of why. But
Must be your voice, because I haven't yawned all night.
my voice makes her yawn. That's okay. So we figured that out. She's trying to yawn again.
I'm trying to not yawn. I'm trying not to yawn.
Right, okay. We've already covered a David Cronenberg film before in the Epic Film Challenge 2, Videodrome, which Connie loved. That's one of her new favourite movies.
He did that.
Yeah, and The Fly is about a guy called Seth Brundle, who is a, I don't know what, a scientist, I suppose, played by Jeff Goldblum, who coerces this girl, this journalist, played by Geena Davis, to come and have a look at this thing he's working on. And it's a teleportation device with two pods, where you can send one thing to another thing and kind of disintegrate all the atoms and then reintegrate them in another pod. What happens is he ends up going inside the pod to become the first human to do it, because he kind of struggles throughout the film to get actual living objects to go through. He's only got inanimate objects to work so far. But finally he gets it to work with himself. He goes through, but a fly was in the pod at the same time, and so he starts to fuse with the fly. And Connie was just laughing because Lily was being cute down by the tripod and distracting her as always. We'll just move past that, just so you understand what that was, and she wasn't laughing at my summary of the movie in any way, shape or form. Now, what did you think?
I already knew I liked it.
Yeah, we've seen it before.
It's funny.
Actually, we watched it 2 years ago for this challenge. We just never made the video.
Really?
So, yeah, so I figured we'd just watch it again because we both like it, and so it was worth refreshing, I think.
I like it surprisingly much. I'm sorry, but once you start yawning, you know it's pretty hard to stop.
Yeah, it's what? Surprisingly?
It's surprisingly great. I don't know what I was saying, but
this is a great video so far.
I just really enjoy it, even though it's grotesque in some parts. Like I have to look away in some of the parts because there's just too much for me to handle. Certain nail parts, especially. I don't know what it is, but you know, just well, it's no secret. It's not a spoiler that he goes through a change.
Yeah.
Which makes him fall apart in a way, and one of those things is his nails. And I just can't watch that scene. Yeah,
his nails start coming off, like bits of his body start falling off. It's you know, and if you really don't want to be spoiled at this point, then just go watch the film because it's great. But you know, it's not really spoiling things. It's a film where it's a body horror film in a way, because his body has been invaded, infected by this fly, and it's fused the DNA together, and there's no turning back, and he becomes different. And I love the scenes in the film where he embraces this change and he starts getting really like crazy off the power that he's feeling, because he starts feeling really strong and different and full of energy and stuff. And so initially he thinks this is amazing. And so I loved how throughout the process of him turning into something else, you get to see him like happy about it, sad about it, and then up again. You know, it really changes, like it's constantly moving. And the pace of the film was really good. Like, it starts like bam, there's Jeff Goldblum, Geena Davis, do you want to come to my place, here's teleportation. Like, it starts, I forgot how quickly the film starts.
Yeah, but then again, it doesn't start off as a, like, when you watch the first, I don't know, 30 or at least 25 minutes or something, you don't realize this is supposed to be a horror.
I suppose.
But I guess a lot of movies aren't, but like, a lot of horror movies, they start out with something scary, but this starts out as a conversation at a banquet or whatever.
It's this party that's being thrown for like scientists and stuff, and she's trying to get an interview, a scoop on some big science thing, and she kind of gets the scoop of a lifetime with him. I like their relationship. It's kind of funny to think that they were kind of together in real life, I think, when they made the film, I
think Goldblum is great too.
of course.
Like
we have to mention that he is amazing in the film.
Yeah, like he doesn't strike me as an amazing actor, kind of, but in this I think he's really good. When when he gets angry in this movie, he looks fucking terrifying. Like, it's got a little bit to do with the makeup as well, because by the time he starts getting angry, his skin is getting kind of blotchy. It looks like a teenager almost with
acne.
Well, it's not even acne, is it? Like,
no, but it looks like it.
Yeah, and blisters and uneven tones in his skin and stuff. He just looks really ill, and it's got like this green.
I feel like
color to his face.
I feel like being through like at first he's just having like stuff on his face, but then like at one point in the film he's in a full body prosthetic.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable, and I feel like being inside that probably really helps to get into the.
Oh yeah,
do you know what I mean?
It must be.
Because it's just such a transformation, and I think that's.
And he does it so great. Like you can see and you can hear that it's him. But he does his little ticks like this, and he goes like.
Yeah.
Or something.
But he doesn't overdo it either. Like it feels the progression of his descent, you know, from humanity in a way. It really feels as natural as you can get it, I guess, even though it's something completely impossible. But it just, you believe it. Like it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't throw you in at the deep end. Like, oh, he's weird and stuff. No, he's slowly. Very slowly.
He has some extra weird places though, where we just can't help but laugh.
Oh yeah.
Like we actually quote him quite a lot.
Yeah.
From this movie because it was so hilarious. He's climbing on the wall. His girlfriend comes in, and is all like, you know, because he's fucking climbing on the wall and he's looking horrifying, and then he's like, "What is that?" Or "What's this?
What's this?
What's this?" And he's lifting his shirt up. I don't know. It's like just like a almost hole in his body or something. And it's just the way he's like, I don't know. It's like whatever, you know.
Classic Goldblum. Like he's just
great.
He's so funny. But you really feel for him as well towards the end. Like he does the dramatic stuff well. And I think you're right. He's not an amazing actor. Like I don't know. I couldn't see him in other roles, but in these kind of weirder roles where he plays quite an eccentric character. He's an eccentric guy, you know, he really is, and it comes across, and he just plays it perfectly.
I think he does, yeah.
Yeah, and so he's great, and he's definitely the highlight of the film, along with, I think, the effects. The practical effects are unbelievable in the film.
They're amazing.
Just
like
next level. Even now, they're incredibly impressive.
But then again, you can't do that stuff anymore, I feel.
You can,
because
people don't digitally. Do it. Yeah, that's what I mean. They choose not to. And I really do feel afraid, well not afraid, but I feel kind of worried that maybe in 10, 20 years it'll just be CGI to the point where no one is trained to do this stuff anymore. And so there'll be no option. Yeah, it'll be a lost art. So like someone might say, oh, I love those films like The Thing and The Fly with all those amazing practical effects. I want that in my movie. And the studio's like, no one does it anymore. You can't do it, you know, unless you want to do it yourself.
In 20 years or something, CGI will be so perfect you won't even see
the
difference.
I don't ever foresee a time where CGI looks just as good as the real thing. You can just tell when something is physically there in the film cell. You can just tell that it's there with the people and everything.
I'll make it happen.
You'll make it happen. Yeah. Okay, that's your goal for the rest of your life. But
in 30 odd years, I'll make things look so real.
Okay,
you won't even understand how it's not real.
I'll hold you to that. Then I'll hold you to that. And you've committed that to video now. And yeah, I think it's up there with like The Thing, Day of the Dead as some of the best practical like gory effects ever of all
I gotta
time.
say about Videodrome, that was some nasty stuff in there too.
Yeah.
But that's about it. But this one, yeah, it's just the acting makes it a lot better.
And the story.
I think the
story as well.
Well, yeah, I think he's a lot better than she is, though.
She's
got her moments.
Yes, I wanted to say something. There's a scene in the film where we see how he eats as he's becoming more fly-like, where obviously flies like throw up on their food and it liquefies or something like that.
And they just suck it.
Yeah, and so he kind of does that and goes, bleh, and it comes out of nowhere.
It's so funny.
Yeah, but like, I felt so bad for Geena Davis because I think that's probably maybe her best performance in that little scene where she sees the extent of what's going on with him and he throws up and her eyes are just glistening and she's horrified. Such a really like nice dramatic performance, but what he does is so funny that you laugh, and so it kind of gets lost and
True.
undercut, you know. And then his.
But I mean, I think maybe not everyone who watches this movie will laugh when he does that. Some
Yeah,
people will
I
be
didn't.
like,
I mean-
oh, it'll be gross, but it's just the look on his face when he does it that
Yeah,
does it,
it is,
because
it is.
it comes so out of nowhere that it's, yes, it's gross, but it's so shocking that you just laugh anyways.
Yeah.
But her acting, I think, is just turned up several notches, if I can say that.
Yeah.
When she's scared and horrified,
Okay.
the way she acts when she is like that
Yeah.
is really, really convincing to me.
Yeah.
And him as well, like when he says one of the scariest things in the movie
Yeah.
to her, you can tell that it's scary. You can tell that he's hurt by saying it himself.
Yeah.
And then her feeling, that's a very emotional scene for me.
Mm-hmm.
You'll understand when you see it.
Yeah.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
And that really gets me, that scene.
I like where the film goes because you know you can think, oh well, it's just about a guy whose body starts changing and stuff, but little things keep coming towards the end, and it's not quite as clear cut as you might imagine. And I think that the very ending of the film,
Yeah.
like the last moment, I think is quite touching in a way and really sad.
I almost choke up a little bit because
Yeah, it's
I had completely forgotten that scene,
Yeah.
and when it happens, I'm like, you
Yeah.
you just go quiet in a way.
It's
Almost like hold your
really
breath.
well done, really well done. Nice little touch. I mean,
The timing is perfect. It's
the music
really good.
plays well and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So yeah, it's a great film. We could talk about it for much longer, I'm sure, but I think that's about it. We covered all the bases really, and the rest of the cast are fine, but it's those two and mainly Goldblum that are awesome. And I remember as a kid.
The other guy is good too.
Yeah, there's another character who's kind of the kind of third main character, and he plays his part well. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
Just to add this in, I always remember when I was a kid going to rent a video on the weekend, the Ritz video store that no longer exists, and I would always see the video cover of The Fly, and it used to creep me out, but I really wanted to see it at the same time.
Huh.
And so I just always have that in my memory, the rack, the image and everything. And so...
Do they have another remake of this?
No, I think that they were working on one, but I don't think there's any movement on it. I'm not sure, but there was
It's a shame.
there was a sequel, and I think I saw that before I saw the original.
How is it?
It's good. It's not great, you know. It's nowhere near as good as the original.
Because of Goldblum.
Yeah, it's just the lack of Goldblum. He didn't come back for the second film, obviously, and so you don't have that kind of that charisma there, you know. So yeah. What else can we say? Is it a film you must see before you die?
Yes.
Yes, it is definitely,
Definitely.
absolutely. It's one of I think it's one of the best horror films that I've seen. You know, because again, it's not. That's the thing. We're doing this horror month, and what is a horror film? There's so many different ones. There's ones that are just creepy. They don't scare you, but there's a creepy atmosphere to them. There's kind of dark and gothic. Or there are horror films that are supposed to scare you. There are slashers where it's just
scares.
yeah, jump scare movies like ghost ones and things like that.
Slasher movies.
Then there's monster movies, which aren't really scary, but they're still horror. That's the and
I don't understand how you don't find monster movies scary.
well,
To me, those are the worst. Like, you can have any slasher or like killer out there and stuff like that. And even zombie movies don't scare me that much, and I don't even understand why. But alien movies, monster movies, things that are not supposed to exist, that scares the living sha-la-la out of me.
Okay,
like, seriously.
but
Especially like demon movies. Oh, God.
demon movies,
Oof,
right? Okay.
Horrible.
But this one is definitely it's a body horror because it's about all the little things like when he cuts his back and then like he starts seeing the little alien hairs come out of it. Not alien, fly hairs. Sorry, you just said aliens and it was in my head. So just all those little things in his body changing, and then there's other stuff as well. It's just like the invasion of the human body by this weird thing. So
This is mostly horrifying because it's gross.
right, yeah.
I don't find it scary. I
No.
just find it like queasy.
Yeah, but
It's a queasy movie.
I will say I don't like those films where it is queasy and there's really gross stuff. But But this is probably like maybe the grossest film that I still really enjoy, you know?
Oh, The Thing is kind of gross sometimes.
Because the rest of it, yeah, I suppose. But I think that this one is probably maybe a little bit more.
I thought it was the same director.
Yeah, she was the same director as The Thing, and I was like, no.
It must be the same people working on the special effects.
I'm not sure.
Because they look very similar, but then again, 70s, right? No.
80s.
80s.
80s, yes. So, there we go. I think we've about covered it. Went a lot longer than I thought it would, but
it's a great movie.
But it is a great movie, and it is definitely a film you should see.
You wouldn't think it would be.
Before you die. Yeah, you wouldn't think it with the title, The Fly, like, oh, you know.
No, but even like, isn't it kind of like under...
No, The Fly is definitely people love it, and it's
They do?
Yeah, definitely. It's seen up there, I think, with some of the best horror films. And if it isn't by some people, it should be. So, there we go. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.